Good evening, folks. Welcome to this episode of Technical Analysis for the Week. Today, last week we had a little bit pause in the market, so we'll be talking about it very quickly. Before I get started, I just wanted to bring out the disclaimer. All the information presented in this video is for educational purposes only. You can use this information for your trading needs, but definitely it's solely you are responsible for your decisions. So having taken care of the disclaimers as the norm, let's first start with SPY. Where is it heading? So today, if you see on the SPY, the last week, we kind of had a doji candle. So this is like undecided. And as mentioned, we are also at the high end. It's 503.50. So, and this line, it is touching with this. So what is going to happen, nobody knows, but it might go a little bit up, or it could go down. Okay, but it looks like SPY is a little bit tired. So let's see what is going to happen. So we might drop. We have the EMA cloud here, which is at 486, and then we have the conversion line also there. So will it drop? So usually when these things drop, it will be 90-degree Gann angle. So I'm thinking about to the bottom of the EMA cloud, which is like 480. But this is still further high. But if you see this other support line here, this is standing at around 457. So there could be a big drop, but we will play according to the things. But it doesn't mean it's going to happen straight away. But this is what it is, looks like. But definitely a doji candle has formed after a long time. Okay, that's one thing we have to look at. So I'm looking at the weekly charts, folks, and even in the daily charts, I'm looking at here, the line hasn't touched here. So yeah, we might look at 508, 509, and then it might drop. So we don't know. So definitely let's see what is going to happen with Stoke in store. But let's look at QQQ. QQQ is a similar fashion. You see this is the line. It has been going up for 5 weeks. The 5th week has fallen. But it is like trying to again hit the highs. You see this? So if I draw from here to here, this is the line we had. So then we will go from here to here. So every line is here, by. So that's what it is looking at. So we are looking at here. 445 seems to be a good area to retrace. But definitely the market is kind of slowing down. So be cautious on your longs unless you are very, very sure about it. Okay. Then IWM. But one thing I want to notice on the QQQ, if you see here, the close was on the previous week 437.05. This one closed below that. So this is the first time we formed a lower low. You see this? So remember I was telling you before there was no signs, but here you see is 425, the low was 425 before, but here it is 425.33. But it didn't form a lower low because it bumped down from the 425. It didn't go below 425. So what I mean by that is this is still an internal candle. So once it goes below this 425, or tomorrow if it closes below this 425.33, then we are for sure that we are in a down, we are going down. Okay, that is one thing. Oh, this is what IWM. No, IWM I haven't seen. Similarly for SPY, if I look at it, SPY also is an internal. This is the low is 490.23 and this is 490.71. That is the reason if you asked me last week, I said it didn't even give us a hint yet. So, but still it is still uppish. But when will it go? When we should see for some signs like candle patterns or anything like that. But so far it looks bullish. So don't get into positions in the low for the puts or anything unless you get a confirmation. Sometimes it's okay to go a little bit low, but at least with a confirmation that everything is going in your way. Then finally, let's look at IWM. IWM has been a very strange index because it has not followed both SPY and NASDAQ. So that makes me think, hey, this guy has a little bit of move here. It has gone to 62.5 and there is a possibility of move to 214. Will SPY and IWM hang on until then? We don't know, but it didn't cross this 203 right yet, this red line. And unless it crosses both the 205 and 205, then it has a good move to 214. If it crosses that, then we see the next move. So, but let's wait and see if it can cross this. Okay. The small caps, so far it has all been Max 7. So we haven't seen the small caps going up. So that is one thing the market has not kept up on. So the IWM, that is because the IWM has not gone up at all. Okay, having said that, now let's go to quickly move to, before we'll go to crypto, BTC USD. Let's go to Bitfinex. It has been bullish here. If you see here, it has been rising from the top and it has crossed both these indices. So right now we are looking at maybe 52. I remember I was telling 55K seems to be in a position for right now. Once we cross the 55K, then so let's take another line if you want to see where it could go to. So we are here. So it is crossing, it is going close with this line, but this could be a slow move. So we might see 55, but it might take a couple of weeks, or I don't know. It might, or it could break through this line. It has not yet broken through this line yet. So that's one thing we have to check. Okay. Actually, let me draw this line a little bit better. So to see if it gives an idea. Yeah, if you see this line, this shows up very well in the daily charts because of, so 54022 seems to be on the line. It is still on the track. But if you see last week, all the crypto stocks gave up a little bit. I feel that, but BTC still has some chance. But if you look at both Ethereum and Bitcoin, but Ethereum seems to be more this thing for me because it has been like going up. You see this? This is the 3 weeks. It has fallen down 3 weeks. It has reached 2865. So it can go to 3000. That's what it looks like. So Ethereum is again a good buy here. But in the long term, I would prefer Ethereum. You see this? If I draw this line, it looks beautiful. It wants to go to 3500. So until it touches, maybe it touches this line quickly, but I think now it wants to go to 3500. So the Ethereum is definitely going to 3500, I feel. So that's one thing. And for all of you, there are two spot ETFs. One is GBTC, which has already, we know because they're approved. But the second one is GETH. It's a good time. Usually the market rewards before it goes, the news becomes real, right? So GETH might be a good time to buy so that we can capture on the spot ETF for Ethereum gets approved. It is not yet approved. Once it gets approved, so that might go up in the anticipation. So currently GETH is here. I can't see here. Okay, let's see. This is, I don't know. It is this is not the right one, the symbol, but yeah, anyway, I wanted to bring that up. So other than that, I'm also interested in crypto, the ADA. ADA is also another good stock. If you see ADA, you see here, it can go to 79. And once it crosses that, it can go to 1.71. So this is another good thing. So waiting for this to break out. So once we break out, we can have a dollar move. The good part about it is this can be quickly move that. These charts are not clean, but we can draw it quickly how clean we want it. Let me remove all the lines. So if you see this, if I'm going for the Fibonacci, I'm going from the bottom of the top of the Bollinger Band to the bottom, and then here. So there, if you see here, this is the top. So this is the top. I'm drawing a red line for this one, the top. Then it is waiting there, and in the bottom, it is at like, this is the bottom, this is at the high, right? 0.67 is the all-time, the near all-time highs. So we are going from, what is the lowest that can go 0.73, 0.73, 0.72, 0.47, 0.48. So let's take 0.48 and we would hit this. Let's hit this. So as soon as it crosses 0.71, this area, we should be looking at the 0.96. So that's what the Fibonacci is saying, but it could go more than that. We don't know. So, but anyway, that's the, wait a minute, this is the highest, 0.68, and this is 0.6. Yeah, this is the high. So if you look at these are the various points. You can keep on drawing between the swing highs, how high it can go, but that's what it looks like. For example, I can draw from here to here to see where all the resistances are. So again, the Fibonacci, I went from here to here. So this see, if we cross this, we have a big one, 1.93. So this is the move that you want to capture. When it crosses this 0.82, we want this big move to come to ADA. Okay. So keep a watch on that, folks. ADA might be a good one. And also the other one which I've been talking for a while is MATIC, which is like, I don't know how many of you are in crypto, but crypto, if you have an account, it's worth it, guys, because basically these are very, very cheap, and this will help you to boost your portfolio for simple as $500 also. So that's one thing. The best way is either you have a Coinbase account or you can do all these in MetaMask. How to do MetaMask, we can do a separate session if you want to. But for right now, that's what it is. So if you look at MATIC is also similar, guys. I just drew a line here. And you see here, it is looking pretty good. All these are waiting for this breakouts, folks. But it's looking a little bearish because the cloud is not looking good. But ADA is looking, how is ADA's cloud? I didn't see that. ADA's cloud is also bearish. So wait for this until we see the breakouts. Don't get into this, folks. So this might be consolidating and then it could go. So wait for it to break out because the clouds are bearish. Even in the, oh, see this, the Bitcoins, the cloud is looking bearish on the daily chart going forward. So the Ichimoku will tell you what is happening in the future also. Because if you see the cloud, if it's turning bearish, that means you want to be cautious. You don't want to be in long. Okay. But if you take SPY is still looking bullish on both the sides. And other one we want to look at this line, guys. We call that, what is this line called? I forgot the name, but this line is also tells you based on the past prices, it tells you where the future price can be. As long as this price is greater than the current price, then we are also bullish. So the SPY looks bullish, but what about BTC? I'm just showing you what are the different things. The BTC is looking bullish. You see this? All are looking bullish. Look at this line also. This is the Kijinsen. Not the Kijinsen. What is this? I forgot the name of this. But anyway, this line is looking bullish. So right now, stick to BTC and Ethereum if you were not very, but look for the other things to turn bullish. Okay, those kind of things. So having covered this, let's look at the Max 7. Apple, first of all, the Apple is still not broken out, right? We are looking for this 200 levels, folks. If it can break the 200 level, then we have a good move to 214 or something like that. But it has been very, very bearish. But having said that, it has fallen for 4 weeks and maybe it is giving itself some time. But it is still bullish. If you look at the Ichimoku cloud, everything is looking bullish. And if you see conversion and the baseline, the conversion is above the baseline here also. But if you see here, on the daily charts, it is turning bearish in the coming weeks. So that means you want to be very, very cautious. So think about it like this, guys. Weekly will give you a long-term perspective, but daily will give you a short-term perspective. And the 10 minutes will give you the daily perspective. So think about these are the 3 charts that I hold on to this thing. So that's what it is. So keep looking at this Ichimoku cloud. That will tell you an idea whether the stock is going good or not, or those kind of things. So Apple, I would not touch it because it didn't break out. Okay. The second one, it was a kind of surprise last week, was Google. Google, it was breaking out here. And then it didn't, then it touched this line briefly and then it fell down. So I was expecting it to go to 163, but it didn't and it broke. Now I want to see this week, will this continue or will it rise up? If it continues, then we are looking into bearish. But having said that, it looks very, very bullish on the charts. You see the Ichimoku cloud is bullish. Even this line is above the price. And even on the daily, it is looking very, very bullish. If you see here, the green is over the red. So it looks bullish. So I'm thinking that this could rise up in the next 2 weeks. Okay. So Google, watch out for that. And the second, the Amazon. Amazon, what is happening? Amazon is also looking very, very bullish. So by looking at the chart, you can quickly tell folks whether this is looking bullish or not. You can look at Ichimoku, then you can look at these kind of things. The only thing that you need to really care about is the breakout. Is it breaking out or is it breaking down? Those kind of things. If you look at this one, it has gone for 62.5 retracement. Where have I drawn this line? Oh, I drawn to here. So you're seeing I'm expecting still a 180 for this one, right? 180 folks, but it looks like it needs some time. It needs at least 2 to 3 weeks for that. So definitely the momentum of these stocks are slowing down, but they are not still bearish. That is what I'm saying, because if you see the momentum, it has not, it might retrace a little bit to here 161 and then give you another opportunity to move to 180. That's what I'm thinking. So as long as they stay above the EMA cloud and those things, then, but is it a good entry? No, not really. But you want a good entry near the conversion, which is 160 or something like that. Then finally, what else we have? Amazon, Netflix. Netflix, yesterday it tried to break out of this line. You see this 594, but it closed just below that. So if you look at Netflix, Netflix is looking solid. It fell for 3 weeks. Then it is looking to break this line. If it breaks this line, we might look at somewhere around 650, 660 folks. But that takes you about 5 to 6 candles. So that means it will be very closer to the next earnings is around April 15th. So that's what we are looking at. So that's kind of a thing. Then the next one is, what is the next max? Oh, NVDA. NVDA is giving earnings this week. Look at this guy. This is looking very, very bullish. And this is like, how much distance does it have is the question that we have to ask ourselves. So if you look at this, for me, I'm feeling that it doesn't touch 754, which is the 62.5% retracement, extension. But I'm thinking about the earnings, especially with the SMCI, these two, it's giving earnings on Tuesday. So will it go straight up or will it come back to this level, which is 567, and then go back for the last leg, which is 754? So usually the last mile, it can go here. So that is what we are looking at. So let's see where it is heading to. But I'm not playing NVIDIA because I don't see a lot of move there. But if it comes down to, but I'm seeing if it has any bearish trends, but it is not showing anything right now. But if we see any kind of thing on the morning, then we can see. Okay. So that's one thing. So what else is left, folks, in the, I covered Google, NVIDIA. What else is there? Anybody? On the Max 7? Did I miss any? Netflix. Oh, Meta. Meta is another one. Meta is also similar, folks. You see this? It has to cross this line, which is 494. Is this Meta? Yeah, this is Meta. So Meta is also having a problem here, which is at 485, 487. Once we cross this line, we should see a big move here. But it need not be a big move. So it is struggling here with this line. I drew this line and it went to this. So I'm thinking this could go down a little bit before it goes up, unless it breaks through this line, okay? So these breakouts are kind of things for us to remember, folks. How do we do this? How do we make sure that these break out? So with that, I think we have covered all of them. One thing I wanted to cover is SMCI. SMCI is amazing. SMCI is a beautiful. If what do you see, folks, here? If you see this trend line, that yesterday what happened was it went to $1,000, and 1,000 is a psychological number, folks. Once it crossed that, it fell down and it closed below the trend line, which is around 820. Now, usually there will be a second week continuation. If it continues from there, the next line is here, folks. So we could see around 670, another $135 to $140 drop to this line. So, and that will make it, forget about all the things here. And that will take us to the 62.5% retracement, which is very much possible. So we should look at the 10-minute chart, folks. If this guy closes below this EMA 21, that is 813.79, see, it touched yesterday. It was not able to break through. So I am assuming tomorrow at the open it's going to fall. And you see this 779, it is going to fall below to the low of the Bollinger Band. If it goes below this, then we are going to see a big one. So I am assuming there's another $135 move if it closes below this EMA cloud on the 10-minute chart. And that 813 coincides with this one also. So we will have a continuation this week. And for the next week, we might come back to this 850 before it goes down any further. So that's what I'm expecting for SMCI, folks. So be ready. It's a great opportunity to make a lot of money here. So if you see this touching this EMA cloud and not going above it, for example, I'll tell you on the other day what happened was it came until here. I don't know, where was it? 919. You see this? Here was it. It broke through this and then it went down a lot. From here to here, we played the other day. So basically, we bought it, but people played from here to, folks. We were a little bit late, but people played all the way from here, the EMA cloud breakage, which is 97989. They played from $2 to $70, folks, 950 puts. So from here, they played to all the way down. So look at this EMA cloud, which is so powerful. It is like, it was not able to cross this EMA cloud the whole time. With that, I'll stop. I'll take any questions. I think I covered most of the stocks. Yeah, go ahead. Folks, are you there? Kiran?
Yeah, we are here.
Hey, Bali, thanks for joining. Yeah.
A question on this SMCI, right? So you mentioned this week we might actually go up in the earlier conversations. So are we expecting a bump up before it goes down, or is it like?
No, what I'm expecting is first go down to 62.5% retracement. And from there, it will go up. It is like, and then it is going to fall further. Usually, when a stock pumps like this, usually it will come back to the 25% retracement, which is around 412. So what I'm saying is for the next few weeks, right? If we can keep a watch, you see this has come to 62.5. Now we need to get this 50% retracement, right? Then it will go back to that 87.5, which is 978 the next few weeks. And then it will fall down to 25%. That's my guess on this. But again, we don't trade this for SMCI, since it's a very expensive option. Use 10-minute charts. Don't use the daily, but use this 10-minute chart. If it stays below this, keep hounding, keep your puts. Maybe even 1 or 2 lotto calls will work. It is going to give return a lot of money. Okay, that's what it is.
On the NVDA, right? So we have results, right? So this week. So
we talked about it, right? See,
understood. Yeah.
This is NVIDIA has the results. So this is it can go to 750, but I'm doubting people. See, if you see this, it has gone up straight for 6 weeks, right? There was not even a single red candle, right? Which is like kind of weird, right? In the sense there are a lot of buyers who might have missed this move, right? They want to pull this down to at least to a support line, so that they can pull. This is the last leg, right? Basically 162.5. So they want to pull this to the last leg by pulling it down. That's what the results are going to be spectacular, I believe. But I doubt, but I'm not sure whether they, and here you see there's a doji candle again, folks. Remember? So this is an uncertain. What does a doji candle mean? The doji candle means that both buyers and sellers are tussling very hard for it. They are not letting it, you are not getting a clear signal whether it's going to go up or down, right? That's what it is. So that is what this doji candle is telling you. It's like at a break-even kind of things. Look at this. It was the last week, it closed at 721. This week, it closed at 726, right? So it didn't move much. That's what I'm trying to say. And if you see the daily candle, the last 2 days, you see this is C 726.58 and this is 726. Oh, you see this, guys? The daily candle is giving you some reference. Low is 724. Low, it didn't form a lower low. So it's 724 and 725. Okay. It still didn't form a lower low. So it is still tussling here, basically. You see that? But you see the close was lower than the previous close. So see close to 726.58 and then the close is 726.13. So if you have some people, some traders don't care about the lows, but they care about the closes. So, I mean, we have to take both into consideration. So, but what I'm trying to see here is these two are like very, very close. So they are tussling very hard for this. So it's better to stay away from this until we get a clear engulfing candle or something like that. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Kiran, does that answer your question?
Yes, yes.
And also, I would love to always buy near the supports because if you take pure Ichimoku, the first one I want to look at is the conversion, which is 703. And the below that is the trend line, which is 690. So at least I wanted to come there so that we can get a good move, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. We'll be losing money or we'll be making peanuts or scrapping here. That's what it is. Yeah, so that's about NVIDIA. Oh, this week, these guys are reporting, right? As a Walmart is reporting, SNPS is reporting. SNPS is looking pretty solid. So I am thinking they are reporting on Tuesday. If you see this, they are reporting on Tuesday. So the first target is 600. It closed 2 weeks, 3 weeks above this line, folks. So this is like, if you can go here, but what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking I will take a long view on this. That means 4 weeks. So I'm going to go out 12 weeks with a very 1 call or 2 calls and see how it goes. 4, 5, 6, and another 6 weeks out. So that means here somewhere. So I might go for April calls, April 600 calls or something like that, and see how this goes. My target for this one would be somewhere around 614, 610, 648. So that means around that is another 28. So 624, folks. So this is what the target is. This is another semiconductors, I believe, right? Synopsys is also in semiconductors. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like
So
design,
yeah.
semi-design. So it's like beginning of the supply chain, right? So you have the design companies like Synopsys and Cadence. Then you have
Cadence and
fabs.
Synopsys, yeah. So 624 seems to be a valid thing, folks, which can go even this week. But I would take a long approach just in case. There is a thing I have enough time. Okay, that's what it is. So that's pretty much. So anything else? Walmart is giving earnings, right, on Monday. So Walmart is battling with this line, folks. Basically, this has to, if it crosses this line, then we might see a little bit move to 177, 180. That's what I'm hoping for this guy. So, but it needs to cross this line, folks. That's what it is. Okay. Anything else, folks? Earnings coming? I have this. I would highly, if you are by yourself, I would recommend this. This is one of the good ones that I see. Usually what I do is for the earnings, I see, like for example, S&Ps, are there any buyers? But I have some, I'll take out this. See, so they bought on 7th, you see this 216? They bought 9/20/24, 700 calls for 1990. So people are buying very far up, folks. So you see this March 15th, they bought for 73K. But the volume to OI is not that great. You want the volume and OI. How many of you understand what is volume and what is OI, folks? Just wanted to, before I go ahead.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So what is happening is whenever people are buying stocks, right, that all accumulates into the open interest. That means they will buy, they'll keep buying options or stocks, right? This is the open interest right now. But if you see when somebody, right, suddenly they buy one order, which is much
Yeah.
more greater than open interest, that means something big is happening, right? This guy knows something that we don't know. This is called unusual option activity, especially let's talk about, I'll show you something. SMCI, let's take SMCI. You saw somebody is betting on 1,100 call for 315/2024 for 309K. You know, we don't know, right? But we are looking at the chart, but this guy is betting on a long term. You see this 315/2024. But don't go alone by this ask. Ask means when I'm having a call, that means they're buying a call. But these guys, they do both. They ask the call, they buy the call, and then they buy the puts also. Okay. They hedge their leverage. Huh? Go ahead, Sivali. You are telling something? Okay.
No, I was just, but yeah. No, I'm listening in. Yeah. Nothing from me.
Okay. So you have to be very, very careful. Don't look at the whole thing. Use this as a reference and then see if it is breaking your trend lines or anything like that. Whatever. So I usually look for ask because that tells me whether they are buying puts. For example, you see here SMCI ask, they bought straight away puts, 800 puts. This was on 216, folks. They bought it for 74K, and look at this volume to open interest. This is what you want to look for. You see, they bought a straight away 5,487. And the existing volume on this was, existing open interest was there on 1,087. You see that?
Yes, unusually high.
Sorry, come again?
Yeah, it is high. Yeah, it's very
Yeah. So
different
some of them
relationship.
you will see like crazy 485. So anything which is more than one, you have to pay attention to it. Oh, what is going on? Some people use this unusual option activity. See, look at this 790 put. What is happening? This is for, oh, somebody has bought 790 puts here, folks, for 56 bucks. You see that? They are so bearish on this. They bought it for 5.85 million, folks. So, and they bought 1,230, whereas there's only 120. They bought straight in the money, right? Almost in the money, right? So basically it's at 813. They bought, they are so bullish, they're so bearish on this. They bought it for 5.85 million. Okay, that's what you have to look at. But if you see here, this telling you 70% of them are puts, the rest of them are calls. That means what they do is they do a combination of puts and then they buy some calls also, so that they don't want to lose on if suppose it goes here. But the overall it looks bearish. Okay, that's what it is. So these are the things which you, oh, see here something I'm thinking for ourselves, which strike should I pick up? But all of them are so expensive, folks. I am thinking about somewhere like March 1st, 700. That's what I'm looking. But if there is something like that, then we can take it. But there's nothing like that here. Nobody has bought it. But that would be a safer bet. It will be around 10 bucks or something like that. So if we buy it, so those are the kind of things we want to look at. Okay. So
March 15th, 710. That's the
March
closest.
1st, March 1st. Where is March 15th?
No, there's March 15th, 710 for 51. Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah. That is way over, right? I'm taking two above. So even this will work, but like, just to be on the safe side, we can give one more week. But anyway, let's see if we form a red candle tomorrow. That's what we do. So this is one thing. So from here, I use this for a lot of things, folks. This guy has, I wanted to just talk about this today because what happened? Something is stuck. Okay. Something is stuck here. So my intent in doing these webinars is to make you self-sufficient, folks. You should be able to make decisions for yourself. Basically, it's not like, okay, I mean, whenever you want, you should be able to look at it and tell, hey, it's bullish or bearish, those kind of things, right? You should not be dependent on anybody. So if you see here, we have the earnings calendar. They have this earnings calendar, economic calendar, holiday schedule, dividends, FDA calendar. They have everything here, folks. This is one of the nice, I would recommend to have it if you want to become a full-time trader. I mean, if you want to trade for yourself, this is a great, then this gives you a watch list. You can create your own watch list. Then I'm just trying to show, what is this? Then here, unusual tools. So here you can see all the strategies, market heat maps, all those things, folks. How much you can play around with it. Then there's the charts. They also done the chart. Then there is a data access. You want to do something with this data. You want to do programming, those kind of things. And this is political trading. All those kind of folks. They have like investor relation. But what is the major thing we use is this one, folks. Open Interest Explorer. Then what I use is the flow alerts. That's what I showed you. This is the flow alerts. And then what I wanted to show is they have this earnings calendar. So this week, what do we have? So what is the date today? Monday. Monday we have rig. Then Tuesday, HD. HD is looking good, folks. We should be able to get into HD. HD, I believe it can. It is looking. If it remains above this 362.90, then we should be able to see 375, folks. Not a great move, but that is a significant move. Those kind of things. So when HD moves, you should also look. Oh, by the way, there is another thing. Whenever some stock is moving, sometimes you might get a better thing with the stocks that are in the same sector. For example, Lowe's. Look at Lowe's too, folks. Everything is in the same pattern. They're looking to break through the 227.69, and once it breaks, it can go to 249. So these are the things you want to look at. Okay, so keep a watch on HD. When the HD earnings are good, this move might play better than the HD move. Okay, those kind of things I wanted to tell. Other than that, anything else? Oh, your FANG is reporting this week, Kiran. So watch out what is happening to FANG.
I'm out of it actually. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, I got a good 6x. So.
Oh, nice. Whenever something moves like this before the earnings, it's scary. they might fall for some earnings. I don't know.
Yeah.
0.375. No, it has a little bit bigger move. It has broken out. It's looking good actually, because you see it broke out of this line. And we want to, the good entry would be around 171.33 to raise it to 184, 190. So, oh, by the way, this week, I think we might, if the SPY starts falling down, the sector to watch is the XLE, the energy sector. Energy sector has been beaten down for a long time. You see this energy sector, it's so beaten down. It is like, but it is becoming bullish. You see this, it's looking bullish here, XLE. And so let's look at, let's say if we play up to here, then let's say this is higher, 94.71. And how much is this? 93.31. Okay, let's play this. So this is what it is. From here, let's look at this now. So I mean, this has a lot of tendencies wherever you draw, how much you want to draw. So you can draw the thing. So see this, these are the lines that it has. So you can keep drawing these lines and see when it breaks out of this line, it could break to this line. But it looks like it want to go. We have MPC in our portfolio. MPC is still looking bullish, right, after 3 weeks. So this is the 4th week. And we should see a move. Basically, I have put it to 87.5. So we should see a move to 182, 183, folks. That's what I'm expecting. But let's see what happens. So this is like, yeah, we should see this move happening this week. Okay, that's one thing. Then, oh, ADI is there, MPW is there. What about this guy, guys? Wind resorts went up well, right, for the earnings? Oh, by the way, tomorrow market is holiday, folks. Just want to let you know. President's Day. CZR, I'm not liking this. It's getting, what do you call that? This is like shrinking. Oh, but the one day there'll be a sudden breakout. But again, it might turn bullish a little bit up to the top of the cloud. But this seems to, hey, Carvana is reporting, right, this week? Folks, is Carvana reporting? Let's see, Carvana. When is it reporting? PDoc. Oh, PanW is reporting CZR. Then I thought Carvana. Wait, I can look at here too. Oh,
Carvana
yeah.
is on Thursday.
Yeah, Feb 19th. It's reporting, right? Let's look at this, folks. Now, what is happening? Carvana is like it's like if it goes, man. That's what it is. It's a meme stock, so let's not ignore it. So what I'm looking, it broke out of this line, folks. That's a good sign. Now, where else is it going? That's what we have to see. So my lines are, forget these lines, folks. This is wrong. So this broke out. So the next thing is we need to see is this. Oh, wait a minute. So if I draw from this all-time low, the Fibonacci, let's take this. So where is it heading, folks? Man, 100? Scary. Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it, guys. Don't tell me. So how much is this? 5805. And what is this high? 62. Ooh, this looking unbelievable. Let's see. Okay, folks. If we cross the 6416, then we are looking for a big move, I think. Where did it go? 52.5. So we might see 71 or 93, folks. Any of these should happen. So is this the low? 474. It's unbelievable, right? It was a $350 stock. They pushed it to $3, folks.
Right.
So someday.
Srini, can you look at CRISP? I know earnings is coming in a couple of weeks.
Oh, Crisp is Catty's thing, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, her stocks have been doing well actually nowadays. Yeah.
Not for me still, I think. I bought it when it was at peak, so not yet break even.
Yeah,
I'm
when
not
is it
break
coming?
even, but
Oh, Feb 26 is reporting. It's looking good. Basically, a little bit more $94. It can go to $91, $94. That's what I'm looking at.
okay.
Okay, so I mean, for this move, maybe later it can see. The thing is, if it crosses this one, then this is a big move, $130. But I doubt it will cross in this leg. But
Okay.
let's see, 94 could be possible because it could touch this because it crossed these two lines. So broke out on the next line of this one. Okay, I've been looking.
Okay, 94 is probably what we can look with earnings. Okay.
In the near future. I mean, in the next earnings. But be watchful if it goes below this line. That's what it has been too far. It has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's looking good actually. It can go to 94. Yeah, that's what 94, or it could retrace a little bit, or it could. But watch out for this line, okay? That is around $80. This 80, 79. If it goes below that, then it can go down to this line again. That's what it is, 66 before it goes. Okay.
Srini, do we want to look at some of the positions we have open? It's like, for example, we have Workday, we have Pinterest.
Oh, Workday. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, man. Thank you for shouting it out. I was about to do that.
Intuit.
Workday is still looking bullish, folks. You see this? I'm looking at this 323 as I mentioned. So we have this week call. So let's see where this goes. Okay, 323 is where it wants to hit before it retraces. That's my gut feel. So let's see what happens. Okay, but it is looking very, very bullish because it's above this break. It's still in the breakout mode, right? That's what.
Pinterest.
Huh?
Pinterest. We have calls on Pinterest also for next week.
Right? Yeah, pins, I don't know. Pins is looking like Google again. Basically, it has pins is looking like Google. You see this, it has hitting this one. I'm looking at this 9. So, but the one thing is, last week only it fell, right? 35.28. So it didn't move. So this week, if it can move, it can go to 39. That's what I'm expecting. So let's see what happens. But the sad part about pins is it formed a lower low. So if we low 35.36, then it went to low 34.49. So which is not good. But if it breaks from this, so then we are in a good shape. That's what I would suggest. So the easiest way to look at it, right? If you are looking at these kind of stocks, where can this go? If I look this, it can go up to here, 43.32. It could possibly go there, but I don't know because this is the resistance from the previous thing. So when I draw the swing low to swing low, this is what it's showing. Because it gave a very good results actually. If you see here, in TrendSpider, I like this. They gave a surprise 82.76%, which is not a joke. Not many stocks give that, but they have been doing really, really good. So this is something to watch out for, folks. If it goes up this week, we might see a big move. Yeah. But if it breaks below this line, the second week continuation, then it might go down. We might see 32.52. That's what either one of these things is going to happen. Yeah.
I think we have cat and Zscaler also in our portfolio.
Cat. Okay, the reason why I entered cat is very, very simple, folks. I drew this line. It is 3 weeks above this trend line, right? 1, 2, 3. Usually, I want to see the 4th week going up. So if you see this, is it going down up to this one? The 3. So I want to see what is the 4th week like. Just 1, 2, 3. So this is like 312. Then it went to. So I'm thinking at least it should go to this high, which is 334 again on the 4th week or the 5th week. But we have this week calls. Let's see what happens. If nothing, we'll roll it for the next week. But it definitely looks bullish here. So the next line, if you see here, is here, $360. This is what I was suggesting the other day. So, but will it go next week? But I'm assuming that it will try to get closer to that. But let's see what happens. Unless it, but this candle is also very bullish. It's not like it's breaking down. Okay, that's what it is. Then Zscaler, the reason why I entered is that Zscaler is again bullish. You see, it is 2 weeks above this line, but it's a doji candle. But if you look at this doji candle, the good part about it is the buyers are strong. They came back and they pulled it all the way. They came back all the way to close to the close, right? You see this? The highest was 256, but the low was 237, but they came back all the way. So the buyer strength is there still. Well, one thing about this is they have earnings on Feb 26. And if you see this week, it can go 260. So I am thinking this week, I'm thinking we should roll this if possible, because it could become an earnings play. Basically, it could go to 274. So that is what I'm thinking. If we can roll this, so we'll see how this goes and we'll roll it accordingly to next week. But then rolling will be a pain because it is a earnings week, and the calls are going to be very expensive. Just want to let you know. So either we close it for some profit or we have to move it to week after that or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, or what I would suggest is right now we are at 260 calls. Maybe we move it to March. When is the earnings? Feb 26, right? March 8th. March 8th, 270 calls. We can roll it and then let it go. That's what. Then we have Intu. Intu is reporting also this week. Intu is looking again bullish. So, but this seems to, we moved this to April calls, I believe, right? Am I right? I moved it to April calls, right, Kiran?
I don't think so.
No,
or at least I didn't see.
I rolled it to 30 cents or something like that, right?
Okay, maybe. Yeah, I missed it.
Look at the spreadsheet. I just did it. So basically, this one can go to 725, but it has some time, basically. This is one thing. So that's what it is. So I'm looking at this line, but let's see what happens. And this is also look at the buyers, how strong they were. They pulled it all the way to 628, but it came back to 655. That's what it is. So it needs to break through this line to get more leverage into this line, right? That's what it is. So let's see what happens. So I'm thinking these are all looking still bullish. Basically, in the number one, look at these things. From Ichimoku side, everything looks bullish, right? Even on the daily chart, they are above the EMI cloud. Everything is looking still bullish here. Did I answer that question? Yeah. Yeah. So that is one thing we always look for. We are looking for bullish stocks and which are in the trend. So if you see, one thing I wanted to talk about is ARM. If you see here, it went so straight up. You see this from here, from the low. Wherever you draw, folks, I don't care because it doesn't even have a Bollinger Band here because it's a pretty new stock. But even if you draw from the all-time low, it has gone to 62.5. And maybe it will go here and then it will come back to 105, 110. So this is the area I'm looking for. But so far, it hasn't formed a red candle. So we have to see. The other way to look at this thing is, folks, we can do something like this. Let me see, show you this. If I draw a line like this, where does it go? It's going up to the 25% also. So whenever some stock makes a big move like this, they tend to give up most of the move to 25%, just like SMCI. So even ARM, they went up in one day so much. So they might come back to this level or even to this level, 12.5. So 12.5 could be a reason. And then from here, it could raise up to the next level. So whenever a stock is moving big, like in 1 day or 2 days, always there'll be a second chance, folks, to capture that. Though you got to be patient to wait that. So that's what it is. It's all about. Okay. So I'm glad that we didn't buy this, but it is going to give us a second chance, and that time we wouldn't miss that. Yeah, this is the line. Yeah. So it might come here, then it might, I'm thinking it will go to 12.5. So even in this way, SMCI will also be like very, very close to this one. We might see all the way coming down to here, 318. But it has a lot of resistances here, support, resistance, whatever you call it. So all these things it has to cross and then come here. Okay. Because it made such a big move, though it will give up all these things and come back. Any other things that you want to look at, folks?
I think we also have CTAS.
Huh?
Last week we CTAS.
Yeah,
I think last week we thought it was good.
CTAS is pretty strange. We have March calls. It is hanging over here. But I'm still expecting a big move, but I don't know. This is one thing which is kicking out here. And that's what it is. So this is what CTAS, I'm expecting if it breaks through this line, then it is like turning bearish. But if it is not, then we might see a big move here, 691, 690, something like that. So let's see what happens. So one thing I wanted to tell you this for, so look for cost calls. Cost calls might give you a quick day trade for 737. Look for this one once it crosses the 724 on the morning of Tuesday, then we should see a quick move to 737 this week. So that's what I'm expecting on the cost calls. Okay. So two things that we might want to day trade on Tuesday is cost and SMCI. Okay. Those are the two things that we might look for day trading on that day. Hey, Mahesh, how are you? Okay. That's it for anything else, folks?
So one broader question, right? So like we are saying S&P is not looking so good or like looking tired. And then we have all these stocks which we are expecting, or at least like the charts are saying that they'll move up, right? They're looking good. So is that a like contrast in the sense that like if overall
That's
S&P
a
is
very good question, actually. Basically, that's a good question, Kiran. What will happen, right? As we near these kind of things, right? They have a cycle, right? All the stocks have a cycle to reach it, right? So what will happen is either they will do it in the pre-markets or post-market, something like that. They will make a big move. and then they will reach that reach that line or whatever the support or resistance is, and then they will fall with the thing. But one thing we have to be very, very cautious is the moves are going to be very, very big. Oh, one thing we wanted to look at it is the VIX, right? So the VIX is the key, folks, here. So whenever you're looking at it, look at this VIX, folks. The VIX has become gone. Yes, last week, right? What happened? It went below this line again, right? It went all the way up to 17, but look at where it closed, folks. It closed below this line. So this tells me that, remember I was always telling you that the SPY alone won't give you an idea. SPY hasn't given you a clue yet. It has given you a doji candle, but you have to see also VIX with it and see, hey, is VIX rising? Is VIX, if you see this, VIX has fallen down all the way to, for where is it, 1410, right? 14. So, and look at the lower Bollinger, it is around $9. So it looks like for me, it might still go up. Again, from the GAN, let me see, 1 second, 13, this is 15, 17, 19, 21, 2302. So this is like, so for me, this looks like it can go up to $9, 9. So this is the thing. So VIX might move fast. And again, we are, as I mentioned from the beginning, we are at the fag end, folks. We are at the fag end of the move, and the moves are going to be very, very fast. Even the VIX might go down very, very fast, and then we might rise up. But look at this VIX. VIX is looking, but one thing I want to see on the Ichimoku, even for the future trend, is the VIX is looking very, very bearish here. You see that? But if you look on the daily, it is getting bullish here. So that means in the near term, see, this will take a longer time to reflect, but this is getting a little bit bullish here. You see this? So that means we are going to see this week a little bit of down, and then we might see this going up. So we got to closely watch this VIX along with SPY. Just don't watch SPY alone and say, hey, this is becoming bearish. It all depends on VIX. VIX, how fast it is. SPY may consolidate, but VIX will give you an idea how people are jittery. Excuse me. How people are positioning, how people are feeling. Are the people feeling nervous about the market? Are the people want to bet more? Those kind of things. Okay. But one thing you see here, VIX, if you notice here, it has gone above the EMA cloud, but it went here and it touched here and it came back. So will it go down now or will it stay above this is the question. So we have to keep watching this VIX and see what happens. Yeah, that is why we always use breakout stocks, because breakout stocks clearly indicate to us that it is trying to rise in the next few weeks. And then we don't stay in that longer until it gets to the next breakout level. Make sense, Karan, or no?
Yeah, it does. It does. Thank you.
So if you're a trader, you need to have always an eye on SPY and VIX. Those kind of things you should have a good look and say, oh, what is happening? What is this? So the other way is the easy way to do that is I'll show you in this one multi-symbol view. They have this one beautiful one. So you want to do the SPY candles. I would prefer weekly QQQ. If you want to really get an idea what is going on with then the VIX candles, you can try weekly or daily, whatever you want, right? So you can take a good look at this, right? Oh, say, hey, you can have two windows. Hey, this is the multi-symbol view. Hey, where is the VIX going on? And then you can have this on one screen. And then you can have the other one on the other screen. Then you can do this one. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm good. Sri.
Yeah. LRCX and KLAC are still holding on to that. The reason is I'm thinking this week it should get to 970 for the LRCX, and KLAC might make a big move this week. I don't know, because it broke out of this and the next break is here. So that would take it to 700. So that's a $700 stock. right? So if you look at these kind of, for me, the more I look at the semis, all these are looking to go to thousands, folks. If you see here, 816 looks like a solid one for KLAC. Then for LRCX, if it goes to 162.5, it can go to 1,114. And another thing which I want to keep my eye on is Avgo, Broadcom. Broadcom, I'm looking at it. This line is beautiful. So if it goes here, this is 1,400. It looks like I want to buy something like 3 weeks. I want to buy 9 weeks out from the lower. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So another 3, 4 weeks covering the earnings. I might buy this. Maybe buy 400 calls, 1,400 calls for cheap. And then I will, if it moves here to 1391, that's a pretty good move. That's what I'm thinking next week. So for some reason, I feel that next week there will be a big move of by all the stocks. As I mentioned, the VIX might reach 9, and somewhere there has to be a very big move. And then from there, we will see that. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay. I think we kind of covered most of the stocks. So shall we call this a wrap?